niko na gang. Yeah, niko na gang. Yeah, niko na gang. Niki pull up kwa hizi streets, niko na gang. Niki pull up tao, niko na gang. Niko na mbogi, yeah, niko na gang. Niko na mbogi, yeah, niko na gang. Niki pull up kwa hizi streets, niko na gang. Niki pull up tao, niko na gang. Niko na mbogi, yeah, niko na gang. Niko na mbogi, yeah, niko na gang. Gang mentality, niki pull up, utanity, mbogi ya watu kata. In other words, ni umati. Maisha naishika babi, akili nayo ya mnati. Wanakopa kusema wananichukia, funda pia upena sana. Shika but tumemaintain.
Drin.
The music industry is attracting a lot of youth, with each trying to remain relevant. Today, we speak to one of them, whose music is not only geared towards entertainment, but conscious education.
My name is Drin Sonoi. It was Drin Shalom Kitambo, but I changed because I want to relate to the home culture. It has been a journey. The first rhymes I wrote were back in 2007, while I was still in primary school. I can't even remember them, but they were childish. Mtoto too. When I got to Form 2, there was a group called the Islando Anthem in the school I was in. And this group was formed of rappers and singers. And from there, it's when I became serious with music. Nika decided to focus on music as even a career. But previously, before that, I was just doing it for the hobby and for the fun. Hip-hop has many genres. There is acoustic hip-hop, there is, according to beat, there's acoustic hip-hop, there is trap, it's part of hip-hop, there is crank. But according to the message, I like to call myself a conscious rapper because I rap on what's happening on the society and what's happening to us as human beings. I don't rap about, yes, everybody raps about what's happening to the society, but I rap on the eye-opening factors. I won't tell you I have a Benz, I have a big house, I have money, because I won't be helping you. I'll just make you thirst on material things. But if I tell you there is people really suffering out here, you can find people coming out and helping other people.
His passion for music began a long time ago, and for every song he writes, there is always an inspiration.
The surroundings is what inspires me to do the music. Before I tell you the surroundings, if you listen to my music, you'll realize there is a niche. I always talk about the environment that I grew up. In Komarok, we are bordered with Kayole, Molem, let's say Kayole on the east, Molem on the west, on the north kuna Umoja, and on the south Kayole Junction. So Komarok is just the, let's say it's a middle class income neighborhood, and the surroundings not being that well off, or not sitakusema ati ni mbaya, but not being that well off, as people from Komarok, we were able to see what effects were there on the society because of the surrounding. But most people are not well, let's say the income is not well, so they turn into vices in order to boost their income. And that is what inspires me to do my music sana. I always talk about the police, because huko tunashikwa na mapolisi hata bila kufanya makosa. Unaweza kwa tu umesimama, lakini because you are gathered munashikwa. It's normal, inaitwa nasema kulipa deni ama where they arrest us for no crime sana, and that motivated me. Ama za zingine unapata kasi ya polisi ni mwizi, unaona. So as the normal, let's say the civilized, I won't call it civilized, the people when you are into police or into this wezi, tunajipata tuko in the center where we fear the police and still fear the thieves. So to go in center with no help, that's what inspired me to educate the masses and the youth on what's happening and what I see.
Good management is a key factor for most artists too. Does Drin have a manager for his music?
I have a friend manager, not a professional manager. You know, there's a difference between a friend manager. A friend manager is your boy. Ule ni boy wangu. Kama unisaidie kumanage, at least naweza kupigia simu nikwambia enda uongeleshe huyu producer, but I don't have a professional manager who keeps you on toes. You know, a manager in music is the person who was your foundation, let me say, because you as an artist, you're supposed to focus on the music only. and the manager is supposed to focus on everything else. Having a friend manager, you deal with everything else and still the music, which limits your ability of creating. Because if I have to release some music video today, ni market for the whole week. It means the whole week I won't be able to go to studio, I won't be able to write, I won't be able, because you have to meet people in order to market well. So it limits your creative ability.
Support always goes a long way in the success of many projects. How relevant is this statement for him?
Family, friends. I don't have any sponsor or any big brand that comes and helps, but family and friends have really been a great support to me, because you can send a link to someone, somebody watches, or you can send a link to someone, even to one of my memes, where somebody sends you a photo, he hasn't even downloaded, and tells you, oh, beautiful, you know. You can send a link and you see the blue ticks, but not everybody will watch. But I really have some great fans and great people who look forward to my next music event before it drops.
Drin shares with us the duration that he's been in this music industry.
Industry actively in 2016 when I released my first tape, and it was The Sky is Blue. It has 12 tracks. So actively I've been ever since 2016, but let's say physically or as an artist, I've been there tangu 2007 while I was in primary. Yeah, but nimekuwa struggle all through along, finding ways that can maybe, you know, I don't want to fit into the masses, because for example, saizi Gengeton took over the waves. Most artists transformed and changed their nini to Gengeton. Me, I said I won't go with the masses. I'll try and find my niche, yeah, in the industry yenye watu watapenda. Atakawa wataipenda saizi, I'll know there's a time wenye watakuja appreciate.
What is the kind of impact his music creates in the society?
I'd like to change the society so that people, the less privileged people, the people who do not have a voice, can have a voice. Because not everybody will come and tell you nimeibiwa. Not everybody will come and tell you that leo nimelala njaa. So, but through my music, I can motivate people to know that kuna watu wanalala njaa, kuna watu maybe wanauliwa, unajua. So that's what I try my best to put out there, so that can raise the society and the youth most likely, because the youth in Kenya and in Africa, we are majority. So if we don't have the correct leadership, we might end up leading our country or our continent into a negative place yenye ikuwa. So I believe by music we can change the society mdogo mdogo. Yes, it won't be like let's say how politics can, because politics can make laws and rules that can change today. But through music, somebody can listen to your emotion or the message that you relay. Kesho akiamka seme, wacha nisaidie huyu maskini, hii pesa pia silale njaa.
I want to release music that I can listen to with my mother.
Since my music, I don't believe I'm hurting anyone. I'm hurting anyone or anyone's children, because I realized, si wote tutakuja kuwa na watoto. When I'm old, let's say at 50 years old, I have grandchildren. Will I like them to see me in that music doing whatever I'm doing? You see, I might do it now because I'm young, you know, and enjoy it, and yeah, but I don't want to have regrets in future. So that's why I do the type of music that I do, and hoping that the youth can listen to that and maybe love me for it. Because if we can change the youth, we'll be able to change the old system. Because the youth are the future generation leaders.
Drin shares some of the marketing strategies he uses for his music.
Right now, YouTube made a platform for us. And not only YouTube, let's say even the internet. Because 10 years ago, the internet was not in Kenya as it is in now. That's why right now people can get 1 million views in even a month. The internet has really helped us, and me personally, the only platform that you can find my music is YouTube. Isipokuwa SoundCloud, where I put my first tape. But after that, I had lessons because of money and everything. So I do in YouTube. When I started, I had a friend called Eric Kirui. He gave me one of the most important advice. I was an purely English rapper. But he told me, let me just try and rephrase what he said. Ukiroga na English, mtu wa majuu atakusikiza. Kwa sababu, hao wako na kina Kendrick, kina J. Cole, kina Jay-Z wenye nasikiza. Time yake kukupatia wewe Mkenya, itakuwa less. But if you let's say mix these languages, you'll find support in Kenya and maybe international, because even if the international people won't be able to hear you, the fan base will make them hear you. That's the thing that happened to, let's say, Niger music and all these other types of music that have gone international. It's because here in Kenya we have Nigerians. These Nigerians play their own music. So as a Kenyan, when you go to visit your Nigerian friend, he's playing Niger, or your Tanzanian friend is playing bongo in Coast. So you find that you, after some time of hearing this music, umeanza kuipenda pia. Yes, so I thought about focusing mainly in Kenya, and then let Kenyans be Kenyans. They will do it, because I'm sure of Kenyans. I know Kenyans have the heart of supporting their own. Most old, let me say old, but not old in terms of age, most old people are not that, they are supportive financially, but ka kuna form. They'll come to your concert if ka kuna madem, ama ka kuna pombe, ama ka amekosa form tu na tafuta form. But the younger generation, looking, let's say 24 years and below, they're very appreciative of the art, because they won't support you financially, maybe because they're getting the money from kwa wazazi, but they appreciate the art. If they like your song, they will sing it. But you can even find young children up, when they like a song, they sing it, even in groups. So my target audience is them, because it's easy converting them to become your supporters. So when they start earning, they can support you now financially. So I'm aiming for high schoolers, even primary kids, university students. That's my main focus. And because the youth are the majority, once you get the majority, you are actually the winner.
Though challenges are inevitable, it is always good to find solutions to counter them.
Most international acts have support systems that boost them. Like in Kenya, we don't have, as I said, we don't have brands that are ready to back us up. The problem with Kenya is that most artists are left to fend for themselves. Once you make the little monies you make performing or selling your tape, that money, the same money, you have to pay rent, you have to pay food, you have to pay bills, you still have to reinvest it in the music. Because you can't say that I'll take the money, do music, and then wait. The food, the stomach wants what it wants and when it wants it. The other problem is we don't have studios, like good studios, like good studios. Like Grandpa tried, but it failed. I don't know why. I won't get to that because I don't know why. But we don't have studios. Most of our artists are working in independent studios, and that independency brings laxity. We are not able to move as quick as our let's say counterparts or other artists in other countries. None of our music has deep roots. Zinakuja zikienda. Gengeton came, you're already seeing it, lags behind, kainaenda. Kapuka came, Klemwali atakutenza wimbo, Kapuka died. As in, we don't have that continuity and strong base systems that are able to support our artists.
Just how bright is the future for Drin and his music?
I'm thinking about concerts, majority. I have my plan for next year is going to roadshow concerts and school-based concerts. I'm not looking for big concerts, school-based. Let's say if I go to a university, perform there, I go to another university, go to a high school, perform there. I know these people can subscribe. They won't buy as such because I don't want to break the marketing strategy that I have, but for my next tape, I'm selling it for almost 5,000. So for a university student, telling him to buy your tape for 5,000, only music, it's hard. But I know it's possible. So I know if they support me by the numbers, some people might buy it because of the numbers.
Here is his word of advice to fellow artists.
For fellow artists, just do you and continue preaching. But make sure you don't preach things that you might end up regretting or hautapenda in future, ama kitu yenye nadanganya mtu mwingine. Because I've listened to some songs, the things they talk about, sio kitu yenye unaweza penda kucheza hata mbele ya hata mama yako. Unaona? I'm not blaming them. They're expressing themselves with what they see around. But the right thing to do is not tell people the vices. Tell them the correct way of living the vices.
Everybody asking questions, talking about the life I'm leading. Every day a celebration. Life is meant for the living. Life is meant for the living. about the life I'm living. Everybody asking questions, talking about the life I'm living. Every day a celebration. Life is meant for the living. Life is meant for the living.